It only takes one glance to know that Mexico City is a bustling metropolis, rich with culture, history, and plenty of character. With its blend of vibrant French and Aztec-era architecture, combined with the lust for life from every local, this city will surely wow you in more ways than one.
As the beloved home of over 160 museums and dozens of cultural spots, the sky is the limit here. Today we will be covering 10 of these destinations so that you can get a feel for the magic of Mexico City and see for yourself whether these topics are truly worth the hype.
We're Stepa, and we talk about smart travel. We're going to start with a major cultural landmark and probably most recognizable building in Mexico City, Palacio de Bellas Artes. Located in Colonia Centro, it's situated right next to Alameda Park and just minutes walk from Zocalo or Constitution Square. From the outside, the grand white marble palace is already a breathtaking sight. But inside, that's where you really understand why it is so popular. The neoclassical and Art Nouveau exterior is contrasted by the modern Art Deco interior, with the walls covered in murals painted by world-famous Mexican artists like Diego Rivera, David Alfaro Siqueiros, José Clemente Orozco, and many more. But that's not the only artistic genius happening inside. The Bellas Artes Theater, which is only open to public during performances, is covered in a magnificent stained glass ceiling and has been said to be the star of the show even amongst the performers. The palace is open for visits every day other than Monday, and the ticket will cost you 70 pesos. You can save money by visiting on Sunday, as the admission is free of charge.
Across the street from Bellas Artes is another marvelous museum, Museo Nacional de Arte or Mural. It's a great example of fine neoclassical architecture. The building features grand arches, tall ceilings, and opulent marble flooring, which creates a regal setting that works to enhance the art viewing atmosphere for visitors. As you enter the building, you will momentarily be blown away by its magnificent stairs. The building is not only gorgeous, but it's also a standing symbol of the development of Mexican art from the colonial era to the 20th century, and it has a collection of over 3,500 art pieces, including paintings, sculptures, drawings, and photography. The tickets will cost you 85 pesos per person, and the museum is closed on Mondays.
Number 8. The Monument to the Revolution. Located in Mexico City's Republic Square, this monument is an Art Deco style structure standing 220 feet above the rest of the square. The interior is covered by elegant pink and white marble with a central dome sitting atop 4 flanking towers. Inside, there are stunning murals and sculptures that adorn the interior. Being the world's tallest triumphant arch at 67 meters, the Monument to Revolution has already established an impressive reputation for itself. However, that's not all there is to the monument. This arch was actually supposed to be the Federal Legislative Palace, but the project was scrapped because of Mexican Revolution. Despite this, there's still plenty going on beneath the surface of this arch. You can get inside the museum and take an elevator up to the dome, exploring the insides of the building and climbing through its metal carcasses. Atop the structure, there's an observation deck with marvelous views of different areas of Mexico City. Tickets are 90 pesos and you can book them online from museum's website.
Number 7. Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo house. When Frida was still married to Diego Rivera, they lived in joint houses designed by their friend, notorious architect Juan O'Gorman. In the midst of the ivy-colored neoclassical buildings of San Angel, you will find this modernist paradise. These two are brightly colored houses are connected by a bridge, with the left being home to Diego and the right belonging to Frida. Like the art that was being created inside these houses, the exteriors of these homes are equally uniquely designed and are absolutely astounding. These two distinctive modernist buildings are stark contrast to the rest of the traditional 18th century colonial homes in this area. These houses are categorized under the design style of functionalism, which means that each part of architecture was implemented with a specific function and purpose in mind. The architect O'Gorman utilized natural materials such as nearby flora and fauna, as well as clay, as design elements of the house. An interesting fact is that the cacti plants around the houses aren't just for aesthetics, but they also act as natural fence around the home. Tickets cost 45 pesos and includes the visit to neighboring house of architect Juan O'Gorman.
Number 6. Diego Rivera Mural Museum. Home to the famous mural Sueño de una tarde dominical en la Alameda Central, or Dream of a Sunday afternoon in the Alameda Central, the Diego Rivera Mural Museum is an iconic Mexico City attraction. The building was designed by architect Juan Sordo Madaleno, who kept the exterior sleek and minimalist as to not take away from true marvel inside its doors. It's almost unnoticeable in the surrounding of Alameda Park, on the opposite side from Palacio de Bellas Artes. Rivera has said that the mural was inspired by the moments within his life, which is likely why it's such a magical sight. He poured the fondness of his most heartwarming memories into his work, while also showcasing it through his Marxist lens and art form. Tickets are 40 pesos.
Further away from the city center, in the quiet neighborhood of Coyoacan, stands one of the most visited museums in Mexico City. La Casa Azul, otherwise known as Frida Kahlo Museum, is a jaw-dropping sight to behold. With its bright blue walls, red-tiled roofs, and flourishing gardens, La Casa Azul is an architectural dream come true. The house is a perfect blend of both colonial and traditional Mexican design elements and has several courtyards and a grand patio in the center that connects to the various rooms within the house. Tickets need to be booked in advance as this is a very popular destination. You can purchase them online and prices range from 25 to 270 pesos.
The National Museum of Anthropology is widely considered as the most extravagant and the most visited museum in all of Mexico. With its bright white exteriors, towering pillars, this museum is the work of Filipino architect Antonio Toledo. Each exhibit hall represents a different culture and shows off a different part of Mexico's expansive and captivating history. Notable exhibit halls include the Aztec Hall, which houses the famous Aztec calendar stone, also known as the Sunstone, which is a 24-ton stone artifact that has become a prominent cultural symbol for the people of Mexico. The layout of the museum is also gorgeous, with a spacious central courtyard that features a reflective pool, a stunning patio, and an umbrella-styled steel and concrete canopy that is named El Paragua, after the Spanish word for the umbrella. In the luxurious district of Polanco stands the architectural marvel of the Soumaya Museum. The structure of the building is a flawless and it has a gleaming aluminum exterior made up of silver hexagons that reflect the bustling urban landscape. Even though the design of the building is contemporary, the interior elements follow classical order, both in art collection and spatial design. The museum's interior includes a continuous ramp that seamlessly brings you up from level to level, from one subject to the other. A vast collection of artwork includes over 66,000 pieces, including ones by Rodin, Dali, and Van Gogh. The museum was established by Mexican business magnate called Carlos Slim and is named for his late wife Soumaya, who was the love of his life and avid art enthusiast. For lovers of cutting-edge design, contemporary architecture, and world-class artwork, the Soumaya Museum is a must-see destination. The admission to the museum is free of charge. Right next to Soumaya, there's a striking Jumex museum. And this time, its contemporary look also reflects its contents. Jumex houses works by the likes of Andy Warhol, Damien Hirst, and C. Twombly. It is a much newer building, having first opened in 2013 and is at 15,000 square feet of artistic perfection. The architecture is sleek and has a minimalist look to it, being adorned with geometric steel and glass on the outside, which acts as a modern backdrop to the art. This museum has plenty to check out, with new art exhibitions happening all the time. Same as Soumaya, the admission to Jumex is free of charge.
And number one on our list, UNAM, Museum of Contemporary Art. Located on the campus of the National Autonomous University of Mexico, this museum tastefully incorporates industrial elements into its modern exterior and fills the interior with natural light with a soaring central atrium. Both Mexican and international art is on display here, with many of the pieces stemming from art experimentation with attempts at new styles and bridging the gap between designs. There are also rotating exhibitions and contemporary art showcases happening constantly, which is a must-see for contemporary art geeks. Tickets are 40 pesos, but you get 50% discount on Sundays.
With its diverse, extensive art scene and stunning architecture, Mexico City's museums and cultural spots are a great way to experience the best of the city.
If we have inspired you to put any of these destinations on your next travel itinerary, let us know in the comments below.
As always, thank you for exploring Mexico City with us today. Until next time.
Till next time.